So in this video what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at my golf swing, so a professional golfer, and Andrew, who is a 13 handicap golfer. Now the first thing that I want to say is whenever I meet a student and they send some swings for online lessons, or it's somebody who comes through that door, I'm always very sensitive about the video feedback, because it's very easy when you start looking at your swing, particularly in slow motion, to start going, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. That's not really what we're looking for. Okay, what we need to do is kind of go, well, there's a couple of areas here of improvement. What is the root cause of the problem? And that's why I wanted to share this video with you today. So the big difference, and what I would say is, first of all, I've played with Andrew on the golf course quite a few times. He's a very, very competent golfer. Somebody who, like I say, is a 13 handicap, but I've played golf with him numerous times where he's played 9 holes very comfortably in level par, or even slightly better. So don't underestimate that this is a very good competitive golfer. But the way that we're going to try and figure out an area for improvement is the term width. And width basically is just your arms, okay? So when we look at my golf swing, my hands and arms stay, well, my arms stay very straight, but more in particular, my hands stay far away from the centre line of my body on the way back and far away from the centre line of my body on the way through. And this does a few things. One, it keeps the club really stable, okay, as we're coming towards that hitting zone. 2, actually, my arms being straighter produces more leverage, so it helps me create more of a sort of whipping and more distance as opposed to Andrew. Now, let's start with the downswing. What happens with Andrew in the downswing is when he starts to move in the downswing, he has to do a couple of things. The first thing he has to do is a lot of linear motion. So he has to move a long way towards his lead side as he's trying to bring a lot of rotational motion. And what happens is his hands and arms are kind of getting sucked in with him as well. So his hands get very narrow in the start of the downswing, which is then what kind of creates this sort of casting and flipping motion. And then if we have a quick look at the backswing position, what we also see again is the hands and arms just bend a little bit. And that's kind of a little bit of a problem. However, what we can't do is just straighten the arms. Okay, so if I just asked Andrew just to sort of straighten his arms and then he kind of moves, it's not going to add anything. It's just going to make him feel rigid. So what I really started to work on with Andrew was the feeling of trying to move more left in the backswing and trying to almost create what I would class as like opposing forces. And this is something that I do with all of my students, is I get them to really understand the feeling that when you're trying to swing your arms back, you need to move towards your lead side, okay? And then therefore what you'll be able to do from here is, one, it's going to be easier to keep your arms straight if you go towards your left, and you only have to imagine throwing a ball or something to visually portray this, or throwing a frisbee. You know, if I was going to throw a ball, I'd move towards my left as I swung my arm back. I wouldn't kind of move back with it. It would kind of make it feel very awkward. It's the same as throwing a frisbee. If I did it left-handed, I would sort of step. I wouldn't kind of swing back this way, and that's where the difficulty lies. And that's what, again, I promote. So with Andrew, what we worked on during the session was the sort of feeling of moving towards the lead side in the backswing position, okay? And then that way he can kind of get that sense of keeping his arms a lot straighter. And then equally in the through swing, what we're able to do is to get that same feeling of, okay, well, once we've established this move to the lead side here, you can concentrate just on your rotation, and then you can get the feeling of propelling your arms across your chest. And that's just a fantastic feeling you all want to get. So to clarify, you want to get a sense that you're moving towards your lead side in the backswing and keeping your arms nice and straight. And then as long as you've moved enough towards your lead side, as you start the downswing, you only have to concentrate on rotation, and then you can propel your arms away from your chest. So it's straight and close, and then move them in the opposite direction. And that way, that'll be a big way for Andrew to improve, and hopefully an important message for lots of you as well, not to just like pick on things and try and force them into positions. When you're analysing your golf swing, you have to think, what is the root cause of the particular problem? And in Andrew's perspective, it was sequencing. See you soon.